at Fitness for All. We are going to start every Friday with a Fitness Friday, and what we're going to do is give you some demonstrations of some exercises that we see in the gym that are done properly, and then also to explain to you what it actually does when you are using it incorrectly or when you are using it correctly. We are going to do a tricep easy bar push down, which is very commonly used wrong. And this being said, a lot of times the reason why it's used wrong is because 80% of the population is front loaded nowadays. When I say front loaded, that means they're usually hips locked forward, shoulders forward, trying to balance their body, front delt dominant. So what happens is when you're like that, a lot of times the exercise you're trying to do will sometimes be used incorrectly, even though you're using a whole different muscle activity. So with that being said, a tricep movement, a lot of times in the gym, commonly you will see it where over at the top, your wrists are bent like this, so it's trying to cup the movement, and then at the bottom, your wrists will fold up. Or their shoulders will be pulled forward, well that's where the front delt part kicks in, so that they're dominating front loaded. So if I'm doing this, you can see my forearm already fire when I'm moving my wrist. What happens is a muscle chain triggers my front delt. So with that being said, if I'm doing this at the top and I'm doing this at the bottom, a lot of the front part of my body is taking over the activity of where I'm trying to target my tricep push down. So this is going to be a hinge. Your wrist is actually locked through the whole movement. Here, your butt back, posture up, shoulders back, and you're coming all the way down to a straight movement to where you can contract and squeeze at the bottom. A big misconception a lot of time is the more weight you use, the more you're actually building activity and building muscle and strength. But what happens is sometimes by overloading, you can't contract and squeeze, and that's where you're going to get the majority of the filling up the muscle of the blood, oxygen, and water, and that's where you break down more muscle tissue, more growth, more toning, more tightening. So you want to do a weight that's very controllable, that when you can get at the end of the movement, you can contract and squeeze. So at the bottom, big squeeze, back up. And another misconception too is if you come up too high, you have to stop early. Well, you don't want to completely release the movement, but you also don't want to bounce off the top, which is very common. But you also want to get full range of motion in the muscles. So here, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, big squeeze, back up to the top.